Alright, so let's take these bad boys on a journey, shall we? We're turning them into this beautiful, full of flavor, fork tender pulled beef ribs. Once that's done, we'll introduce some pasta and let the flavorful tender beef mingle and jingle until we have this rich ragout that will send you to your happy place, wherever that may be. No judgment here. Alright, so now first off, the mirepoix. This is probably the most tedious part of the dish, but it's also the most important because it gives the dish structure. If you don't already know what mirepoix is, it's French for a mix of diced vegetables, typically carrot, yellow onions, and celery. Yes, it sounds a lot more sophisticated than it really is. It's basically the trinity of ingredients, the foundation for tons of Western and European dishes, from stocks and stews to hearty soups. The ratio for mirepoix is usually 2:1:1, onions to celery to carrots. And of course you can adjust depending on what's in your fridge. Here I'm also adding in some garlic because I love the flavor of garlic. Once you've got this done, and no, if I didn't mention it earlier, you can go all Jamie Oliver on it and use a food processor. I just didn't feel like washing up another appliance. Now, let's talk about the beef ribs. Season them generously on both sides with salt and pepper, then sear. I'm using a conventional pressure cooker, but you can use a Dutch oven or a heavy bottom pot to prevent sticking and burning. Now you want to make sure you get some good color on the ribs. Remember, as Uncle Gordon says, no color, no flavor. Once they're nice and crusty, remove them from the pot and set them aside. Now, into the same pot, we're adding in the mirepoix. Sweat those veggies until they're nice and softened. Then add the garlic and the bay leaf. Then add in some tomato puree. Make sure you saute it until the oil separates. That way the sugars are nice and caramelized, intensifying the flavors. Otherwise, it's just going to taste sour. Time to add the ribs back into the pot. Once they're in, pour in the liquids. I'm using a 1:1:1 ratio of beef stock, fake red wine, yes, fake. It's actually steeped Roselle water and water. Yes, that last splash, just for luck. Season the pot and let the cooker do its work. If you're using a Dutch oven, preheat the oven to 180 to 200 degrees C. Bring the liquids to a boil and then transfer to the oven for about 2 to 3 hours or until the meat is nice and tender. For the stovetop method, bring it to a boil, then lower it to a simmer. Cook for 2-3 hours until nice and tender. Once it's tender, remove the ribs and let them rest for 20 minutes covered so they don't dry out. Just look at that jiggle, guys. You know it's going to be good. Now, for the jus, sauce or gravy, pour all the braising liquid into a pot and using a stick blender, blend until you have a nice smooth consistency. The mirepoix we added earlier thickens the liquid, making it rich with flavor. Then refine that sauce by passing it through a sift, making sure you don't waste a drop of that liquid gold. Alright guys, so once we get to this point where our beef is separated from the jus, there are a million different possibilities or a million different directions we can go from here. We can pull out the meat and turn it into a beautiful ragout with some tagliatelle, or stuff it into some ravioli, serve it as pulled beef sliders, pizza toppings, sandwiches, and the list goes on and on. Or you can serve it whole together with some really nice decadent truffle mash. Ooh, the thought of it just makes me salivate. Once the beef has rested, use 2 forks to pull that meat apart. Just look at how tender it is. Now, let's bring it all together in the ragout. Saute some garlic until they're nice and golden, and then add that pulled meat. Ladle over some of that jus and add the cooked pasta. Toss it all around so the pasta absorbs every bit of that flavor. Finally, toss in some chopped Italian parsley, squeeze a little lemon to brighten it up, and you're ready to serve. Now Now let it rain some cheese. Here I'm using some Parmesan. And to finish, sprinkle on some fresh parsley. Enjoy. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Try a little bit. Good, right? Yes. How is he eating with the fork?
Good. So you'll be fast. You don't waste time because I'm a mom.
Peace, guys. See you all next week. Ciao. Bye.